Austin, welcome to the show. You're now the sixth USPBL player to appear on this show. So I like to start off and ask, where are you from and what sports besides baseball did you play in high school?
So I'm from Phoenix, Arizona, and I played basketball and I ran cross country.
Okay.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, we just like to, get our show started with some introductory questions just so everyone gets to know who you are. So I'm just going to ask you now. Yeah, you played sports and went to high school in Phoenix, but where'd you go to college? And then while you were in college, what made you want to choose that over the other schools that gave you offers?
So I went to three different colleges. I went to Pittsburgh State University my freshman year. I went there for woodworking because I did that in high school and really enjoyed doing that. But then as the year went on, I realized that that's not what I wanted to do for my career. So I transferred back home to Arizona and went to a junior college called Chandler Gilbert Community College. And then from there, I went to an NAIA school in Arizona called Ottawa University, Arizona.
Okay. So were you playing baseball at your first school at Pittsburgh State?
Yeah. Yep.
Yes,
Yeah, I played
okay.
baseball at all the schools.
Okay.
Got a baseball scholarship to Pittsburgh State. But yeah, woodworking was a big factor in why I decided to go there.
All right. So tell me, what was it like playing for those colleges, and what did you major in college?
So playing for Pittsburgh State was awesome. I mean, their facilities were really nice. They had, a bunch of great stuff, all this stuff to help us train better and, become better baseball players. Then I went back to Chandler Gilbert and decided that I wanted to go more into, what did I even, sports science studies. So I started doing that. Yeah. And then went to Ottawa University and completed that and got my bachelor's.
Nice.
Oh, nice. That's
Yep.
great. So now after you're out of college in USPBL Awesome League, and so how did they get a hold of you in order for you to play there? And then what were your first impressions before you got signed by Eastside?
Well, actually, I got signed by Vaughn Joshua, who was our manager last year.
Wow.
Now we have Ed Campanello as our manager this year. So I wanted to come to the USPBL right out of college. After not, getting a free agent sign or maybe, sneaking into a late round in the draft, because the draft was 40 rounds my senior year in 2019. I wanted to come to United Shore League out of there in 2019, but it just didn't work out. So I waited that out, and then I was actually making breakfast one morning in 2020, right before COVID hit and things started to shut down, and I had got an email from the league saying that they saw some video of me, some stats and all that stuff from college, and they thought they had a team that could use me. So they had me send over all my information to them, and I didn't hear anything back the rest of the day. So I figured, maybe they went a different direction and whatnot. And then the next day, same thing, I was making breakfast in the morning, and I got an email, and it was saying that Vaughn Joshua with the Beavers wanted to sign me. So that's how I got into the league. Yeah. And then COVID hit, and then we got pushed back a lot, 3 or 4 months, and then came out here in late June last year.
So even though COVID was, it was a big damper on basically everything that went on last year. We've asked every player this question that's playing the USPBL so far. What were your first thoughts of Michigan and the area that the USPBL was in?
Yeah, so I'd never been to Michigan before ever in my life. I also don't know anybody in Michigan either. So when I came out here last year, it was kind of just a shot in the dark. I remember getting off the flight, had to pay for an Uber to get to the hotel, which was super expensive because I didn't know anybody. I didn't have a car because I flew last year. But I mean, once I got acclimated and everything, I love it. Michigan's great. It's a great place to be in the summer. Utica's awesome. I mean, playing at that stadium is awesome. It's a gorgeous place to play. I mean, the facility is really nice. We get to go to, so.
Yeah. So what were your first impressions of Jimmy John's Field and, like your locker rooms and like you said, your training facility when you first walked in the door?
Yeah, so I had seen like videos and stuff of it online, on YouTube. But when I walked in, I think honestly the first thing I noticed was how big the scoreboard was. Like I mean, never played at a field with like a big jumbotron like that or anything. So that was the first thing that really stood out to me. And then like the whole setup of the field's really cool. Like, I mean, there's not really a bad seat to watch the game. The suite levels on the field level are really awesome. Then you got the suites up top too, kind of on like that third level area. Clubhouse, super nice. Like I didn't have that at the, my last college I went to. So all that stuff was really nice to have. And it's been nice to have since I've been there. That's
awesome to hear. We've been, every USPBL player that's been on has said the exact same thing. And that's just, it's awesome to hear that everyone is agreeing that it's the same overall, that it's a fantastic place to play. That's excellent to hear.
Yeah, and speaking from a fan perspective, I'm sure I'm speaking for Aaron as well. It felt like we've been sitting at almost any area in the stadium since it's open. Feels like we're pretty much a part of the game, and never really felt that for any baseball game. So that's what I really like about it as well. So I'm going to continue on by saying we also had a fellow Diamond Hopper on the show way back in, who's now in Quebec, Kevin Watley. But when you first arrived as a Diamond Hopper, were you like nervous or intimidated at all? Because obviously you've had a huge baseball background, but was it different now, like when you're in a league like this with meeting your teammates?
So I actually played for the Beavers last year. This year I filled in on the Hoppers a little bit, but I'm still on the Beavers just because they needed some help. Yeah.
You've had to hop around a lot, I've heard.
No pun intended there.
Yeah. But so I mean the question still can be the same for the Beavers as well. So when I got here last year, like it seemed like everybody knew everybody already. Like it was a lot of returners, a lot of guys that have had a lot of professional experience. I mean, there was a guy with the name of Ty Hensley. I'm sure you guys have heard of him. I mean, that was going into, his like 8th year of professional baseball, 7th year of professional baseball. So like you have guys like that in the league that were in the league last year, and then me, going into my first year. So I wouldn't say it was really intimidating, but it was more so of like a learning experience for me, and like learning how the guys go about their business, how they train, how they prepare, how they play the game, and just learning from the things that they've gone through, and when they talk, really listening to them and taking after what they do.
Absolutely. So now your first game and your first at bat in the USPBL and your first overall as a pro. Tell me what your emotions and thoughts were like pre-game and walking up to the plate for your first at bat.
Yeah. So last year we had, very limited fans for the first, month or so of the year last year. But I remember I actually got called to catch for the Mammoths on opening night. So we weren't playing opening night. The Beavers were supposed to play the second day of the season. But somebody tested positive on the Mammoths for COVID. And then, they had to quarantine all these guys. So they called me the last second, like, hey, like, we need you at the field. We're going to need you to catch tonight and so forth. So I showed up to the field, and I remember I was in the bullpen catching the starting pitcher and the national anthem was going on. And I just had like a lot of goosebumps, like realizing like I'm here, like, I've seen the videos on YouTube of this, of this league, and like I wanted to be here. So, it was a really like surreal experience, to be standing there for the national anthem. And then, my first at bat, I was facing Ty Hensley, first round draft pick of the Yankees. So like that was, welcome to the USPBL. But it was awesome. It was a really great feeling.
So speaking on terms of good feeling, on Sunday, you were a catcher for a no-hitter. So take me through that. Go with your starting pitcher going through 7 innings. I know he struck out 12. That's just just incredible. Like, what were you talking to him about during the game just to keep him going and stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, it started off. I felt it. I felt there was something special about it from the first inning. I remember the exact pitch he threw. He was working. He was throwing he threw a changeup to their leadoff hitter, and the guy rolled over, a ground ball to the second baseman. And for some reason, like, he doesn't throw a lot of changeups, but he threw that pitch, and it just, I don't know, I felt it like click for him right there, and I was like, all right, this is going to be a good day right here. And then I think it was about the four, and he rolled from right there, and rolled through the order. And then I think it was about the fourth inning. I was like, all right, like, I looked at the scoreboard. I was like, wow, they don't have any hits. So we'll see what happens. And we had no hits up until that point. So, like, from a catcher's perspective and calling the game, I didn't change anything with what we had going and just kept the same sequencing up. And then towards later in the game, I think they were starting to pick up on it a little bit, and they found a couple more barrels. They just were caught, but we stayed with it the whole time, and just kept going after them the way we had the whole game, and it ended up working out.
Yeah, I mean, it was a awesome game for Jake Kinney. It was an awesome game for him. And now you were not catching that night. Your friend Tyler Blom was catching, and your team, the Beavers, made it on ESPN SportsCenter's top 10. Your guys were number 8. A pit or a fly ball or a foul tip went off of a unicorn, and it hit Tyler in the face, and your teammate, your first baseman, Travis McFarland, caught it. I mean, you were there. I mean, did you know what was going on? And first of all, was Tyler okay after that?
Yeah, so I didn't know what was going on because I was catching down in the bullpen, and I thought that the ball had bounced off the ground, like off the dirt somewhere, and popped back up, and it just ended, like, Travis had just caught it. But the crowd's reaction was like super loud. Like, it was one of the louder reactions we had. I guess it was like a sold out night or something like that. But there were a lot of people there, and when it hit the ground, the fans went wild, and I thought that, like, they were cheering that he dropped the ball, and I was like, that's really strange that they're cheering so hard for him to drop the ball. But all right. And then I saw them, like, talking at home plate or whatever, and then found out that it hit Tyler's head and Travis had caught it. So I come running down thinking, all right, I'm probably going in the game here. So I left the bullpen, was running down, and he said he was fine. And the next day, he woke up and he said he had a red mark on his forehead, but he said he felt fine, like no concussion symptoms or anything. So
that's incredible.
Wow.
That's incredible. Yeah. Well, congrats to those guys too, to make, it's more and more, it's been becoming a trend that the USPBL has been, you guys have been making players in the league have been showing up on ESPN's top 10. And that is definitely, and I saw the USPBL's tweet saying, is this a not top 10 or is this a top 10 or could be both? But congrats to you guys on getting a, number 8 on a top 10 for ESPN. That's very impressive.
Yeah.
Now, the next question I'm going to ask, what you just said may be the answer, but I guess we'll have to see, because we've asked this to a bunch of the USPBL players on our show, and because there's been a lot of strange things that players have seen so far at Jimmy John's Field. Now, do you think that play is the strangest thing you've seen, or do you think there's like another thing that tops that?
So when I was here last year, we made the number 1 not top 10 play on ESPN on SportsCenter.
Uh-oh.
And I was in the play, but it was, so there was a runner on third base, and there was a ground ball hit to the third baseman. The third baseman threw the ball to the first baseman, and the runner from third broke home. And I was catching, and the first baseman threw the ball to me, and the umpire, I guess, like, wasn't paying attention, was out of position. And when he went to go get into position, he crossed home plate at the same time the runner was crossing home plate right in front of it, and the runner just blew him up, like put him right on his back.
I remember that. Yep.
Yeah. And you can see me in the, because I was catching, and the throw was like up the line or whatever, and like we wouldn't have got him out anyway. He made a good play to get home. But yeah, you can see me over there, like, run over to the umpire, and Yeah, so I think that those two things, right? Those two players right there are probably both
Well,
the
there you
more
go.
interesting things I've seen. But yeah, the one last year was the number one, not top 10 play.
Well, there you go. You've got to, and it's you're on a team that made both lists in two consecutive seasons. So I mean,
Yeah,
that's awesome. That's
I don't see how anything else can top those two. Like, that's probably the two strangest back-to-back things I've ever heard in my life when it comes to being on this show. Like, that's so rare. Oh my goodness. Oof. So now Aaron has a special themed woolly mammoths jersey, and the USPBO is known for those special themed jerseys as well as, promotional nights. So I want to know, do you have a favorite themed jersey and a favorite promotional night?
I think my favorite promotional night is the fireworks, the Friday night fireworks.
Yeah. Yes.
That's got to be it. Those are I always stay out on the field and watch them after the games. So, jersey wise, I know I think they did like a superhero one, like a superhero themed jersey for the Beavers one time. Like, I think I saw the jersey and it looked really cool, but other than that, I would say, yeah, best theme night is the Friday night fireworks. They always put on a good show for that, and they're fun to watch after the games.
Yeah, because I saw a couple of weeks ago you guys wore JJ the Bat Dog's jerseys with JJ the Bat Dog on with paw prints all over.
Yep.
That was really cool as well. So what is your favorite overall, going from promotional nights, watching those fireworks, so all that combined and maybe other things as well. What's your favorite thing about being a player in the United Shores Professional Baseball League?
I think it's getting to play in front of all the fans we get to play in front of. There's a lot of younger kids there that look up to us. And, I was that kid growing up, going to professional sporting events and, wanting to talk to the players or, get an autograph or, just whatever, interact with them. And this league really does a good job of, having players having fan player interaction take place. And I always like to take time after every game to, go out, sign some autographs for for younger fans or fans just in general and, talk to them, ask kids what position they play, give them some advice if they need it, or just, create conversation with them.
That's what it's all about. I mean, that's that's awesome to hear because, for me, I like, I'm not a baseball player itself, but you're in that league, but just seeing all those kids running around, kind of maybe a little like hectic and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, there's about 100 kids running around first, second, and third base all at one time, but they make it work. They make it, they make it safe for everybody. They make it fun and make it safe for you guys and fun for you guys as well, which is awesome. For you guys to interact because a lot, not even, I don't think, AA or AAA players can interact with fans the way that you guys do, which is awesome. So now, so we're gonna do one of our favorite segment on here. It's called Rapid Fire 7. Just seven random rapid fire questions. Just get to know you better. So Brian, kick us off here.
All right. So Austin, what was your least favorite food as a child, and how do you feel about that food now?
Shrimp, and I still feel the same way about it because I'm really allergic to it.
Oh, that's a valid reason.
That's a valid reason. I really just I do not like seafood at all. So if you could hang out with any cartoon character, who would you choose and why?
SpongeBob.
Okay.
Just because that's the show I grew up watching. I think he's hilarious. So
just want to hang out with him,
SpongeBob.
Going to work with them and stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah, go to the Krusty Krab.
So now, who is your favorite music artist or music group and favorite song from that artist or
group? That's a tough one. I don't really have a specific favorite because I like all sorts of music. But I guess off the top of my head, I would probably say I'd go Red Hot Chili Peppers, Danny California.
Nice. Very solid. I like that. I really like that. If you could choose any two famous people to have dinner with, who would they be?
I'm gonna go with Mike Trout
Okay.
and Tom Brady.
Very, very good answers.
Man, magic conversations you guys will have. So maybe it's Mike Trout. We'll see. But who's your favorite baseball player of all time?
My favorite baseball player of all time, well, the one I've looked up to the most is Paul Goldschmidt.
Okay.
I just like the way he goes about the game. Like I try and kind of mimic my play after him. Like just kind of keeps his head down, does what he needs to do, and goes about everything the right way. So
Absolutely. If you could be on one reality TV show, which would you choose and why?
probably Survivor.
Okay. Yeah. So you think you can get a good make good alliances or join alliances and be able to win immunity challenges and stuff like that?
I don't know, because I watch that show and I always see that like they always seem to pick out the athletes first. Like the second they find out somebody's an athlete, that's the first guy to go. Like
Right. So that's probably if you go into that game, you probably don't say that you're an athlete. Just say what, say like if like, oh, I'm a realtor or an accountant or
yeah,
something
it's
like
always like the quiet ones that kind of just don't really say much or anything. But it's always the athletes that come in and try and build everything, and then they
that.
pick
Then
him
you
out right
fall
away.
apart.
Like he's a threat. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they get rid of him right away because they know he'll win. He's
He has a
most likely
shot to
going to
go
win
to
a
the
lot of
final three.
challenges.
He has
Yeah.
a shot to go to the final three. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Aaron, but this is a rapid fire 7 first.
What's that?
This last question, this may be the first time we ever asked this to anybody. So
It is.
this is the final one. So describe yourself in 5 words.
Genuine, outgoing, talkative, friendly, and helpful.
Nice.
All awesome qualities to have. So now, Austin, you, besides catching for the Beavers and stuff like that, and being a part of that top 10 and top 10 on Sports Centers and stuff like that, you've also been known as a viral TikToker with baseball videos. Now, we've had one viral TikToker, Annie Agar, who was on the show last season. And she's been doing great things, and she just got done playing golf with Ron.
Oh yeah, I know of her. I don't know her, but I know of her.
Where she just got done coaching or got done golfing with Coach Rivera, and so she got inspired by doing those team meetings and Zoom stuff during the pandemic. What inspired you to make yours?
Yeah, so I was volunteering as a coach at the junior college I went to, Chandler Gilbert Community College, in fall of 2019. And I was driving home from practice one day from their practice, and I was just thought to myself, I was like, man, like I really like because I loved Vine back in the day.
Yes.
And so I was like, man, like I watched a lot of TikTok. I love the app, whatever. I was like, I've noticed I haven't seen any baseball stuff yet. I was like, so maybe if I, start throwing some baseball content out, maybe I could start, posting baseball stuff for people if anyone out there is going to enjoy that. And so I went to bed one night, and right before I went to bed, I just had like some video of me like hitting like a couple BP home runs or whatever, and put some music behind it and posted it, synced the music up to make like the beat drop, when I hit the ball and whatever. And then I woke up in the morning and it had a bunch of views, likes, comments, and I had gained a bunch of followers. And I think from like that video alone, I probably gained like 5,000 or so followers, if I remember correctly. And then I was like, all right, like something clicked here. So I just, kept putting more and more baseball stuff out. And then, this off season kind of got in with the right group of people, met the right group of people that, give me ideas of what I can do. And also just, do cool stuff that can be recorded. And it just kind of took off this past off season, like from like January 2021 until, I left to come out here.
Absolutely. Wow. That's That's very interesting, and how you could, yeah, just overnight, just boom, just like that. You just never know.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So correct me if I'm wrong, Austin. I want to get this right just to show how popular you basically are now. So you have like basically over 154 million views, like over 200,000 followers, and like almost 8 million likes just on TikTok, and then 113,000 on Instagram. I mean, man, do you feel like an internet star just after all this viewing and followers? No, you don't.
No, no. Just still feel like the same guy.
Has
Same
anyone
guy
like reached
before.
out to you about it, like saying like not recognizing you as a baseball player, but like the guy from social media at all? Or
Yeah, I mean, there's been some people at the games. There's been people at the gym, and like, just kind of like random places. But like, it's really something that like I'm not really going so much out of my way to make videos. I guess like, I'm already doing this stuff. Like I'm already lifting because I have a lot of videos of me like lifting in the weight room. Giving younger baseball players like an idea of like a lifting program that could work for them, or so I'm already doing the work. It's more so just me recording it and then making it enjoyable for somebody else to watch. So like, especially in the off season, when I'm hitting, it's like, oh, okay, I'll put the camera on for the last couple rounds of batting practice or whatever. I'll stay an extra 10 to 15 minutes and make a video to post for the day, or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
wow.
So now one video that I really like personally is when your girlfriend threw out first pitch at one of your games at Jimmy John's, and you proposed to her. So now tell me what made you think of that idea. And she knew you were, she obviously knew you were catching it, but was she in a sense fooled that you were going to propose, or just was her mindset just, I'm just gonna throw out the first pitch?
Yeah, so she so I don't really know exactly like what inspired me to do it that way. I don't know exactly what the thing was, but I remember it was kind of when I got out here and I was like, all right, I'm feeling like it's probably the right time to do this. Like, and there's always throwing first pitches out. I was like, maybe somehow I can do it with her throwing the first pitch out here and, make it special. And, she's always at all my games. So, it's been a big part of our relationship and stuff like that. So I was like, that's how I could probably, incorporate baseball into it. But she had no idea that I was going to propose to her that way. And I tried to do it. Like, I thought it was a good idea to have her throw the first pitch because there was going to be a lot of people there. And I knew she would be more so worried about all the people watching her as opposed to thinking about, oh, is this how I'm going to get proposed to? So she said that so I told her that for the weekend series, we put family members' names that are going to be at the game into a hat. And I put her name into the hat for a drawing for somebody to throw out the first pitch, and her name got called.
Mm-hmm, nice.
So I kind of played it
Clever.
off that way. And then she said she was kind of on edge about, the possibility of that happening. And she said when she got to the field and saw all the people, like it just completely went out the window, and she was just super worried about so exactly how I had thought it up. And then she was super worried about throwing the first pitch. And then she said it wasn't even on her mind, and then ended up proposing there. So.
And that's just, and congratulations are in order because she said yes.
Congrats.
And, yeah, thank you guys.
You guys are now engaged, and we both, both of us wish you lifetime of happiness and health, good health together, and definitely a great time, great wedding as well.
Yeah, thank you.
So congratulations on that again.
Thank you.
So I know you already talked about you didn't kind of mean to blow up on social media, and you just want to, post the videos just for everyone else and also for their benefits. But your fiance, is she also pretty famous on social media?
She is, yeah. Yeah, she is. I think she's got like over 300,000 followers at this point or something like that.
Does she is it teaching videos she does? Because is she a teacher, or am I?
Yeah. Yep, she makes a bunch of teaching videos.
Now I can understand that helped during the pandemic and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And is there a specific age, like a certain grade level? Like, is it like little ones, like preschool and kindergarten, or like fifth and sixth graders, middle schoolers, high schoolers, or is it just for everybody?
It's pretty much for everybody, which I think that's why her stuff does so good. It's because there's so many age groups that, her content can be for.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So now,
yeah, she does a really good job with that.
So now finally, Austin, going back to your stuff, into your TikTok videos and the tape mixed together with the tape that you put together on the field as a Beaver. Do you hope, with the help of online and social media and stuff, that MLB teams with their farmer leagues and stuff can see the work that you're putting in and hopefully can get you scouted and signed to a major league organization?
Yeah, if that happens from that would be awesome. I think that's obviously a tool that people can use to their advantage to get seen and whatnot. I've had people say that they've seen me catching certain guys from videos and stuff that's been out there, which has actually been pretty crazy. Like, some coaches from major league organizations have seen that and have known that, like, I was the one catching. But that's not really the goal from it. If it happens, it happens. Great. Obviously, that's what I'm working towards, but I'm not really working towards that through getting seen, like through a video. Like, that's not why I'm doing it. Like, obviously I'm still playing baseball right now. And like, that's the main focus in there is, just playing well, trying to win some games and, all that. And hopefully the rest takes care of itself. But if it happens that way too,
it can't hurt.
You never know.
It can't hurt. It can't hurt to have the extra publicity, right? Any publicity in any way is good publicity. So
with all your other great luck, I bet the news will come in the future during breakfast.
Might.
So, and with that, Austin, we thank you so much for coming on with us for this tonight. So Austin Shumaker, catcher for the Birmingham Bloomfield Beavers. You can catch them this weekend, this Thursday, July 29th, 2021 at 7:05 as they host the West Side Woolly Mammoths on Italian American Heritage Night. That sounds like a really good night. And also Saturday, July 31st at 5:30 and 7:30 for two 6-inning games as well on Faith Night. So Austin, thank you so much, and we wish you the best of luck for you and your fiance in the future, and as well as your baseball future as well.
Yep. Thank you guys for having me on the show. It's been awesome.
No problem. We hope.
Yeah, no problem.
And we hope to come out and see you soon. See you again soon.
Yes, awesome. Feel free to stop by whenever and say hi.
Man, what a great interview, a great show. Austin is a fantastic guy. We wish him and his fiance the greatest going forward. Long, happy life together. Beautiful marriage and I screwed that up. Fuck. Man, what a great interview. Austin is a fantastic guy. It's so cool the way he proposed to his girlfriend on the field.
Yeah.
And so we wish them a lifelong life of happiness and joy. And, he's just, looking at his TikTok videos and stuff like that, and also being a part of top 10, not top 10 at ESPN in a way. That's awesome too for the Birmingham Bloomfield Beavers. That's really cool.
I know he said he's not really into the whole being viral thing, but he's, in my opinion, he's definitely the most humble social media influencer I've ever met. So he's just a great guy. Fiance is great. They're going to be great. I guarantee it, no matter what they do.
100%. So, and that will do it for this fourth installment. We're almost a third of the way there. So make sure you subscribe, you like it, you share it, bell icon, all that good stuff. Check out the website that is in my bio and the Hot Seat Sports Talks bio on Instagram. The Hot Seat Sports Talks bio is _Hot Seat _Sports Talk, and mine, Aaron_Gemmel_3. You can check out the website. It's been revamped. It's been redone. Everything's up to date, which is awesome. And also on Facebook, Aaron Gemmel, THSST as well. So, and that will do it for this one. We want to thank Austin Shumaker, and I want to thank my co-host Brian Alder, of course, for being here.
Hey, you're the one that does it all. The man right here, Aaron Gemmel.
And also check out Team Shower as well. I got to check out Team Shower.
Woo!
Anything new there real quick? Anything new? Any new show?
We've been on a little hiatus since, the 4th. We're all just recuperating, getting ready for the big half of the sports year coming along. But don't worry. We got a lot coming for you guys.
Yeah. Football, getting ready for preseason, stuff like that. Fantasy,
So much news.
We got baseball. We got baseball.
Yeah.
We got to talk about the finals wrapping up, all that good stuff. You can check them out on YouTube. It's Team Shower. It's
Can't miss
Brian.
it.
It's Eric. It's Ben, and it's Jacob. So very fun. So that will do it for this show. We will see you in the next installment. Until then, as always, keep it fresh.